Welcome to a special edition of the Integration Scoop series presented by SAP and the Let's Talk Data podcast, where we explore game-changing technology and strategies with leading experts with the goal of achieving innovation through the integration of business applications and processes. If you haven't done so already, please follow or subscribe to our podcast on your favorite channel to stay tuned in. To hear more, please visit the Integration Scoop website in the show notes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first Integration Scoop podcast, where we have thought leaders, experts talking about a lot of the technology relevant issues that many of our customers are facing. My name is Emily Mui. I'm a Senior Director of Solution Marketing for SAP BTP and specifically for Integration Suite. Today, I'm joined by Raghu Ramanathan, who's the Chief Revenue Officer of SAP Business Technology Platform and a key member of the executive leadership team at SAP. He drives business growth and customer success in the fast-growing SAP BTP Customer Success Organization, which includes our portfolio of database, data management, analytics, and platform solutions, as well as the low-code, no-code development tools, automation tools, and integration. Welcome, Raghu.
Hi, Emily.
How are you? It's been a few
Good.
years since we did a podcast or LinkedIn Live series together, so I'm very excited to have you with us today.
Me too.
So you've been working with a number of our customers over the years, talking to them about analytics, platform solutions, integration, data management, you name it. You've seen it all. Tell me, what are some of those key challenges you're hearing from our customers today?
Yeah, Emily, and I want to answer this especially in the context of integration as just one of the main topics we're discussing today. The first thing that I'm seeing is several of our customers have been spending millions investing in digitizing parts of the business process in different silos like finance, supply chain, HR, etc. But they're just seeing that somehow it doesn't add up. When they try to do dramatic business transformation, it's still difficult to do this across all of these silos. One of the statistics I came across is an average large company has 129 cloud applications, right? Now you can understand why business transformation is such a challenge. The second challenge that I'm also hearing about is because of these diverse landscape, including on-premise and cloud systems, a lot of manual effort is going in to grease the wheels and keep everything connected. But with the pressure for efficiency these days, all of these are almost at breaking point. And the last thing is if when they start dreaming, the customers talk about what the future holds. And one of the things we always get excited about is an event-based real-time architecture, right? An event-based way of handling the future based on real-time signals. And lots of our customers are experimenting, playing with this as well.
That's great to hear. Yes, we're definitely seeing it when we speak with customers as well. There's so many different applications. They've got a number of different applications, and they're just trying to do the best they can, right? They're being pressured to do automation, but how do you even get started? And then you've got all those legacy systems. I'm just curious, when you meet with these customers, is that what you're hearing as well? It's all these different types of applications that make it really challenging for them.
Yeah, it does. It does. And often when I think about it, people ask me, what is the starting point, right? Where do you get started? And I would say, first of all, you need to start from the business side, right? You need to start with a view, a vision of what is your best practice and end-to-end business process you're shooting for. If you don't have that, then you are like a ship without navigation. And one of the things that I always recommend our customers is to use a process mining solution like SAP Signavio, for example, because that gives you a clear map in terms of your end-to-end process, what works, what doesn't work, what can be improved. And depending on the assessment, your starting point could actually be pretty different, right? Because sometimes end-to-end business processes, they fail because there's just a lack of information, right? A simple dashboard might solve the solution. But in some of the cases, like I was talking about some of my customers, very heavy, manual, error-prone processes, right? Where maybe you want to start with automating some of the processes. and the integration between them. And then in some of the cases, there are these end-to-end systems, but in reality, all the transactions are hitting a dead end, right? Imagine driving in a city with lots of dead-end roads. That's the kind of feeling that they have, and here you need to vastly invest in a state-of-the-art integration architecture. Or it might be in some of the cases, right? I come across customers where there's a big capability gap in the process, and you have to build a new application where again you can leverage integration capabilities, but also application development capabilities. So one of the things, and if I were to summarize again, is always start with a view of what you're trying to do with your business, which end-to-end business process gives you the maximum leverage. Let's get that fixed.
That makes so much sense. We know that a lot of our customers want to automate. And I think you brought up some really good points because customers have been doing automations for many, many years, right? I'm sure when you were at McKinsey, you were seeing a lot of those projects, overseeing a lot of those projects, and seeing and hearing about these discussions and the need to automate. But starting with understanding what the vision is, where you want to go. If you're automating your processes, not just within your organization, but with your partners, with your customers, right? And then using a mining tool such as Signavio to understand how efficient you are. And then, of course, my favorite topic, using integration to make sure that all those applications are connected together. And then you're able to actually start the automation process.
Absolutely.
So yes, so that kind of takes me to my next question about Integration Suite. Are you seeing a lot of customers starting with integration as well? And a lot of these projects, these business initiatives that they're embarking on?
Yes, Emily, absolutely. You asked if our customers are using integrations, and our integration suite is actually the as you know, the mainstay of the business technology platform. It's the heart of the solution. Today, we have 16,000 plus customers live using our integration solution with over 300 billion messages that are passing through the system. That shows you how prevalent this is.
So tell me, Raghu, why are some of our customers using Integration Suite? What do they like about it?
Yeah, so one of the things that we've done, first of all, what is Integration Suite? Integration Suite used to be a number of bespoke integration services. Engineering-wise, we have architected them to tightly work with each other into one physical suite. In addition to that, we put a simple commercial model, Emily, so I think it's far easier for our customers to get the full benefit of the breadth of our capabilities. Now, to your question, why do customers use it? What differentiates it from what's out there? First of all, it's the philosophy of SAP, where we look at integration not as a tool set, not as a technical capability, but integration as a service. It's a fully managed services where we have not just out-of-the-box APIs, but pre-built integration flows, which we as SAP test, monitor, and guarantee. In addition to that, one of the key features is security. As you know, it's extremely important in the integration world. And lots of the analysts recognize it. Gartner, for example, looks at us as a leader with the most complete vision in the space, and Trust Radius, which actually gathers user feedback of those who are actually using the solutions, rates SAP Integration Suite as having the best feature set and also having the most customer success and customer results. So we are really proud about this.
Great, thank you. And what is your favorite customer use case?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, right? So there are two customers that come to mind, one in Latin America and one in the UK. Both are e-commerce use cases where they had to put up an e-commerce system as the business, which were a retail business and consumer products business, was going online. And what they realized is the e-commerce initiative is not just a standalone island. It needs to be connected with everything, right? It needs to be connected with inventory. It needs supply chain processes, supply procurement processes, financial processes like pricing information, invoicing, et cetera, right? So and one of these customers actually ended up using a different solution, and it was a project that didn't go well. They came back to us. We implemented it on SAP Integration Suite, and they are very grateful, right? There are now 100 integrations running perfectly, and they're doing millions of transactions every week.
That's great. I mean, these are perfect examples of how Integration Suite is helping with a lot of these critical business problems and helping our customers. So last question I have for you is, what advice do you have for customers when they get started on their integration strategy or on their integration project?
Yeah, I think I mentioned this before, right? My advice is always start with real use cases and real pain points. A lot of times I see customers starting off with an extensive conceptual architecture discussion, and that never works because you never get the business buy-in and you never know if you're set up for solving the right problems. I think it's better to start with real use cases, get to the scalable architecture in the context of those use cases. And the other advice that I would provide is leverage the broader portfolio. Like I said, sometimes something might start as an integration problem, but actually it might be a data problem. It might be an automation problem, like we discussed before, right? So always think about the broader context. Don't be hard-coded in terms of what you think are the tools that you need to use.
Such useful advice. Thank you. Now, integration is a serious topic, so I'm going to have a different question now. What's a fun fact that you would like to share about yourself?
Yeah, so one of the things that's really close to my heart, you could call it a passion, is I'm an ultimate frisbee player, and I've been playing for over 30 years now. I started in my college days, and I still play.
Oh, wow.
And the funny thing, Emily, is most of the time I end up playing with college kids these days. It's a very young sport, right? It's a very recent Olympic sport. And I do play tournaments, and because of how young the sport is, my category in the tournament is called Great Grandmaster, right? Or it's maybe my age. But back to our topic, right? I look at this as a sport that is now helping to integrate different generations.
Yes, definitely. That's a good analogy and good metaphor. Well, you'll definitely have to keep us posted on your results and how many tournaments you win. So looking forward to hearing more about that. Well, thank you, Raghu, for taking the time today to talk to us about what you're seeing with our customers and with our integration solution being used by our customers. Thank you very much, and I look forward to working with you and meeting with you.
We hope you enjoyed the podcast. Please check out the show notes for additional links to information, and please subscribe or follow to join us on the next episode of the Integration Scoop, presented by SAP.